So hey everyone, we've got a real quick one today. We're going to talk about the Theta Z1 sitting next to me again and Ricoh's plugin for time shift. So this is actually a pretty interesting one and we're going to go through this just momentarily. But let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago I picked up one of the Insta360 1X's, and after I picked it up I started shooting all over the place with it. I did get one of the monopods from them as well. And on one shoot where I was at an RV park, I had set the monopod down with the camera on it. I was trying to get out of frame. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't showing up in the 360. So I walked a good ways away from that monopod, and of course a wind picked up, flipped the monopod over and put scratches on the back of my 1X. So that was a really bad lesson for me. Now, what does that have to do with what we're doing today? Well, one of the plugins that Ricoh offers is called Time Shift. And what Time Shift allows you to do is you can stand behind the camera, so the back side of the lens. It's got two lenses, we've got a front and a back. When you use the Time Shift plugin, it's going to take a photo out of the front first, and then it's going to give you a moment to get the heck out of the frame and take a photo from the rear. So that's pretty cool. And how far can we take it? How useful is it going to be? Well, number one, outside on bright sunny days, let's say you're walking in town or something and maybe you're doing a 360 tour of a location, and you don't want to walk too far away from the camera. One, because hey, it could fall over like what happened to me with the 1X and I scratched that lens to pieces. Second thing is someone could swoop in and take off with your camera. So if you're setting your camera in the middle of a sidewalk and you go hide behind a tree, when you come out from playing hide and seek with that tree, someone else might have taken advantage of your fun time. So I think the Time Shift might have a really good place in our inventory of tools that we have with the Z1. So what are we going to do here? Well, we've got the screen up, so I've had this up for you here. And what I'm going to do is down on the screen, lower left corner, we've got a photo that looks like a little image that looks like the camera with a landscape. It's called Cam Images. And over on the right hand side, now that we're in this mode, we have a settings button. Why am I shooting from settings? This is getting weird. Nope, this is where they parried it. So on this screen, if you take a look down toward the bottom, you're going to see camera settings. Let's go in camera settings. All right. So we've got sleep, auto, power off. Hey, this sounds useless, but there it is in the middle, plugin. Let me click on that plugin. And right now I have 3 plugins loaded on my Z1. And one of those plugins, of course, is the dual fisheye plugin for doing 360s with multiple brackets. Number 2, time shift shooting. That's what we're going to be using. Number 3, another type of remote control. I'm going to hit start the plugin for time shift. And something interesting is going to happen. So number 1, it's getting into the time shift shooting mode. So now when I look at the back of the camera here, or the front of the camera, whatever you want to call it, it says time shift shooting on it. So the little readout, that little LED readout, is telling me I've got time shift shooting engaged. Excellent. It's not looking too exciting on the app here, but if I click start the plugin, we're going to notice something. So number 1, I want you to look at the top of this screen and you'll see 192.168.1.1. Hey, that's a generic IP address. Probably something you'd see appearing on your own Wi-Fi setup or on your own cable modem. I'm in the Safari browser right now. I am no longer in the Theta app. The plugin threw me over into my browser on my smartphone. Kind of slick. So it looks like the Theta it looks like the Theta app, I should say. So this plugin is kind of emulating the app. And down toward the bottom, we got EV of 0, we got white balance set to auto, and we've got option settings set to HDR rendering. Now, I don't really care about this image that we're about to produce. Not the best lighting in here. We're still unpacking. Yes, this is the new residence. And so we don't have everything squared away. It's not neat and tidy. This isn't something that we'd be selling anyone on. This is just to show you how this time shift works. So this is pretty cool. Like I said, we're in the Safari browser right now, and over the wireless network, we're connected to this. We're seeing everything, so that's pretty slick. Now that we're set up with the time shift shooting, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get behind the camera. So this is the front lens, and we could set up the timer in this. We can actually, let me tap that little icon up at the top right corner, that little cog, and you'll see first self-timer, 5 seconds, second self-timer, 5 seconds, display the image after shooting, no timeout. We could even manually set our color temperature here, so that's amazing. It's giving me the battery level and the number of images remaining. Right now I have this set up for JPEG, so not JPEG and RAW. So done, we're all set. So we could give ourselves a little more time to walk around the camera. We could have changed that 5 seconds to something more. We're not gonna here. We're gonna roll with this. So I'm gonna hit the time shift shooting. I'm hiding behind that front lens. So here we go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and it's taken the front shot. Change my position, it says to me. So now I'm moving out of frame here, and I'm no longer covered by that back lens. So when we put this thing together, what we should see is a 360 image that doesn't have me in it, even though I'm standing around. And sure enough, on screen here right now, we do see that 360 image, so that's looking good. Now, I'm still looking at the back of the camera. It tells me that I'm still in time shift shooting. Now, the shots might not have been so good because this floor is a little soft, so it actually rocks a bit here. So when I went around to the front, we might have really nuked that image, but I'm not sure. Oh, look, my hand's in front of it. There you go. All right, I want to get back to the Theta app. So upper left corner below our web address, there's an end button. So let's go ahead and end it. End it all. And it has been ended. Up in the upper left corner, there is a button that says Theta. So we're not going to stop screen recording. What we are going to do, I'm going to close that one out, and there we go. I'm back to the plugin area. I'm going to arrow back here, so I'm in the Theta app now. And let's go over to the cam images really quickly. And what we've got in here, so let's double check the date, shall we? Hey, it's the 22nd. Okay. And it looks like I've got some images here, so I'm just pulling these up. And we're looking on screen together here, but I'm over there too. So take a look. We've got a 360 image that did not come out too bad. There is no, oh, there I am. So I did make a mistake in here on getting out of this. So definitely not exactly what we wanted to show here. So let's check the second transfer, shall we? And see if I'm on this one too. No, I'm not. Okay. So I messed up one and I clicked on the wrong one. So as you can see in this 360, I didn't run down the hallway. I didn't run away. I moved right over there. But the time shift shooting allowed me to make that move. Now, looking at the camera, it's still in the, I'm still in the plugin applications, and it still says that we're in time shift shooting. And then I can do mode to select the next one, or shutter to stay in time shift shooting. I could turn this camera, or I could turn this smartphone off right now and still do time shift shooting from the camera itself. We're not going to do that though. I'm going to go over here and hit the mode button. I'm going to hit the mode button again, and we're going to exit the plugin. So there we go. Okay. So like I said, on screen here, I am not appearing in this image at all. So I started at the back of it, let it do its 5-second countdown, take the shot, then I ran around to the front of it, and once again took the shot. Oh, and I remember why that other image with me is in there. I accidentally clicked the shutter when I was setting all of this up, so that's what was going on there. So here we go, we've got the one photo with the time shift shooting, and if we go look at that other photo, we're gonna find me moving around because I accidentally took the shot. So time shift shooting could be really valuable to you. Maybe if you're in a well-lit building or outside and you're actually looking to do a virtual tour, or you're just doing something for fun to keep yourself out of the frame, but still be able to be close enough to be in control of your camera. Windy day, goodbye camera. Like I said, so I still own that Insta360 1X. And I still do use it, but its back lens is all scratched to pieces. And so what I have to do afterward with that camera when I offload things is I've got to go do some substantial editing to get some of those scratches out. So I always want to be really close to the Z1 here because I don't want to see the same thing happening because I'll never pick up a camera again if I break another one. All right, everybody, there we go. I just wanted to give you the lowdown on how that time shift works. And I think you can probably figure out some applications on your own where you'd like to use the time shift feature as well.